This morning while I was getting ready, my brain tried to hijack the entire day. I was sitting there with a curling iron in one hand, my phone in another hand, and my brain and ChatGPT were running just in circles. I was planning new client onboarding workflows. I was trying to remember if I'd paid certain bills. I didn't know who was cooking dinner tonight, what it is that we were going to be eating. Did I have enough bandwidth to be able to homeschool my kids this fall? Did I write the right caption on our last post? What should the caption be for the next 5 posts? And all of this was before 8 a.m. Instead of just getting ready, I found myself spiraling into a mental marathon. And the worst part is that I almost didn't notice it. It just felt like Saturday. If you have an ADHD brain, or a busy brain, or a mom brain, or just honestly any kind of human brain in the year 2025, you know what I'm talking about. Everything feels urgent. Everything feels like it is your job. And somehow, even though you're not moving, you are completely and utterly exhausted. I have been down this road a million times. And today, fortunately, I caught it early. It didn't really fix it, I just noticed it. And then I walked myself through a super simple 3-step reset I use whenever I start to feel that spiraling, scattered, slightly panicked version of myself trying to take the wheel. First thing I do is just remind myself that it's just one thing at a time. I tell my kids that all the time. What's the one thing I asked you to do? Why are you doing 15 things? I asked you to do one single thing. This is the part where I have to parent myself. And I say, Rachel, your job is not to solve your entire life's problems right now. Your one job is to curl your hair. And that's it. That's the whole entire job. Curl your hair. And for the next 20 minutes, I had to keep reminding myself of that over and over and over again. That I had all the time for all the things later. That this one thing, this very small, teeny tiny thing, was all that needed my attention in this moment. And that was not easy. My brain really wanted to circle back to that caption or mentally draft a new project plan, but I kept redirecting it back to my hair. And that is honestly one of the hardest mental muscles to build when you've got a really big, fast brain. It's also one of the most important because when you start your day in 27 different directions at once, everything feels like a crisis. And when everything's a crisis, nothing gets done well. So I focused imperfectly, but intentionally. Second step, breathe like it matters. At some points, whenever you're feeling that mental load and that panic, you can feel yourself breathing very, very shallowly. You've got that tight feeling in your chest. You've got this weightless anxiety fog that creeps in before you even realize what's happening. It's almost like you're disassociating. I'm curling my hair, but I feel like I am somewhere else. So I stopped what I was doing, I paused, put the curling iron down, and then I took 3 breaths very slowly. Nothing fancy, just in through the nose, held it out through the mouth, and I did that 3 times. I didn't suddenly become some Zen goddess. I wasn't now naturally so grounded that I could just accomplish all the things today. But the 3 breaths did reset my nervous system enough just to stay present inside of my body and not just trapped inside of these thoughts. If you're a parent, a business owner, or literally anybody with responsibility, this step is vital. It doesn't just make the to-do list disappear, but it brings you back into your actual self in your actual life. And that's where all your power is anyway, not out in space brain world. Lastly, I will brain dump the rest. ADHD brains, visionary brains, creative brains, we don't just turn off ideas. They need somewhere safe to land. So I grabbed my phone or a notepad and I'll type out every single thing that is screaming for my attention. Call and reschedule the boys' doctor's appointments, schedule a new coaching call, make sure that the kids have the clothes that they need for the summer, do your own laundry, update your YouTube descriptions, make a YouTube plan, rework your entire Instagram plan, email that proposal over to somebody, batch content videos. Is dinner going to be ready? What are we going to be making? Just dump it. Don't organize it. Don't prioritize it. Just get it out of your head and onto something else. It tells your brain you're not ignoring it. You're parking it. We will get to it soon. And you won't forget it because it's right here. It's like opening up a pressure valve. Everything feels less urgent when it's on paper, even if it's still important. A lie that I have bought into is time scarcity. I've been learning this the hard way. Most of the pressure that I feel in the morning isn't about time, it's about urgency inflation. I have trained myself to believe that everything has to happen right now or it's going to fall apart. And that's especially true as a real estate agent where deadlines are real, emotions are high, and there's this constant hum of like, what if I dropped the ball? The reality is there's no such thing as a fire, even in real estate. You have from 9 to 5 to figure it out and lots of people to help you do it. I let that energy bleed into my morning, my parenting, my business planning, even when I'm like standing in the shower, trying to get ready for the day, those thoughts. There's more time than it feels like. I can move a little bit slower and still be successful. I can say, that's not for right now, and the world will not collapse. I can make space, even in busy seasons. Progress beats perfection every single time. I did not do this morning perfectly. There were still moments that I lost, still thoughts that I chased, still texts that I literally almost replied to mid-eyeliner, which just makes getting ready so much longer than it has to be. But I caught it, and I redirected, and I breathed, and I finally finished just getting ready. And that's what success looked like today. If your mornings feel chaotic, you're not alone. If your brain races ahead before your feet hit the floor, you're in good company. And if you want a simple reset, plan for the spirals. You don't need a new planner. You don't need a 5 a.m. club. You don't need a 12-step routine. You just need a moment to breathe and a plan that's kind to your brain. Just start there, one thing at a time.